In the final movement of this deeply affecting Bonanza episode, the series reminds us why it remains one of the most beloved Western television programs of all time. After the simmering tensions of the Truckee Strip feud and the harrowing pursuit across the Nevada wilderness, the story converges on its emotional and moral core. Here, the true heart of Bonanza beats strongest: the unwavering commitment to honor the hard-won possibility of forgiveness, and the quiet courage required to stand for what is right, even when it costs friendships and tests family loyalties. This concluding part elevates the entire narrative from exciting frontier drama into a timeless parable about the human capacity for redemption. The resolution of the land feud between the Cartwrights and Luther Bishop unfolds with satisfying emotional resonance. Ben Cartwright, ever the wise patriarch, rides to confront his longtime adversary, not with guns blazing, but with honesty and a shared understanding of loss. The scene where Ben explains that the stolen horses, bearing the Ponderosa brand, were not sent by him, reveals his consistent character, a man who has always fought openly and fairly. Their conversation, laced with mutual respect beneath years of bitterness, showcases the script's nuanced writing. Both men are proud, both have suffered, and both love their children deeply. When Ben affirms that he lets his sons choose their own paths, it opens the door for Luther to reconsider his stance regarding Amy and Little Joe. Little Joe's passionate romance with Amy reaches its tender payoff in the aftermath of violence. Amy's recovery and her father's eventual blessing of the relationship, including the gift of the small piece of land by the creek where the young couple first met, feels earned and deeply moving. The imagery of Amy imagining their future home among the trees with her bare feet in the cool water brings the story full circle. It is a beautiful affirmation that love can transcend inherited hatred. Little Joe's growth from impulsive youth to a man willing to risk everything for both love and principle is portrayed with the charismatic warmth Michael Landon brought to the role. His quiet determination to return the slain boy's body and his willingness to face Luther directly mark his transition into maturity. Parallel to this personal reconciliation runs the powerful climax of the Posse storyline. Adam Cartwright's steadfast defense of the captured killer, even as former friends and neighbors turn against him, stands as one of the finest examples of moral courage in the series' long history. Facing down Flint Johnson and the remnants of the lynch mob at gunpoint, Adam embodies the show's central belief that true justice cannot be born from vengeance. The revelation that the two dead outlaws were largely innocent adds profound weight to the tragedy. Flint's grief-stricken realization that his rage has cost innocent lives and strained his relationship with his own son, Billy, creates a heartbreaking yet redemptive moment. The script handles this with restraint and dignity, avoiding easy sentimentality while still offering hope. The Cartwright brothers shine brightly in these final sequences. Adam's intellect and unyielding principles provide the moral backbone, while Little Joe's fiery support demonstrates the unbreakable bond between the sons. Ben's influence looms large even in his absence from the posse, as his values guide his boy's actions. Hoss, though less prominent in this transcribed script, remains the gentle heart of the family, offering quiet strength. Together, they represent the ideal of family unity that defined Bonanza: not blind loyalty, but a shared commitment to doing what is right. Thematically, this episode is a masterclass in exploring several profound ideas that resonated strongly with 1960s audiences. The contrast between hatred and forgiveness is illustrated most clearly in the Truckee Strip storyline. Decades of bloodshed over one piece of land are challenged by the simple, powerful force of two young people falling in love. Similarly, the Posse narrative examines the eternal struggle between law and mob vengeance. Adam's refusal to allow the prisoner to be lynched, despite intense pressure from neighbors, underscores the show's progressive stance on due process and human dignity at a time when Westerns often glorified swift frontier justice. The writing, though imperfect in its raw transcript form, with overlapping dialogue and occasional confusions, still captures the authentic voice of classic Bonanza. The dialogue feels lived in and natural, reflecting the way real people in the Old West might have spoken: direct, colorful, and emotionally charged. The moral dilemmas are never preachy, but emerge organically from the characters' actions and relationships. This balance of action, romance, and thoughtful commentary is what set Bonanza apart from many of its contemporaries and ensured its enduring appeal. Viewed through the lens of its era, the episode reflects the broader cultural conversations of the 1960s, questions of justice, civil rights, generational change, and the possibility of healing old divisions, Bonanza consistently chose optimism, rooted in personal responsibility and family values, offering viewers not escapism, but inspiration. In this story, the vast Nevada landscape serves as both backdrop and metaphor, harsh and unforgiving, yet capable of nurturing new life and second chances, when tended with care and honor. As the episode draws to a close, the audience is left with a profound sense of catharsis. The Truckee Strip, once a symbol of endless conflict, becomes the site of potential peace and a new beginning for little Joe and Amy. The posse disbands its dangerous momentum, broken by the Cartwrights' courage. Flint Johnson must live with the consequences of his choices, while the surviving killer faces legitimate justice. Through it all, the Cartwright family emerges stronger, their bonds tested and reaffirmed. This final part encapsulates why Bonanza continues to capture the American soul. It celebrates the better angels of our nature, the willingness to forgive, the courage to stand alone for principle, and the transformative power of love. In an age of rapid social change, the series offered a reassuring vision of moral clarity without oversimplification. The performances, the rich character development, and the seamless blending of personal drama with larger thematic concerns create an immersive experience that feels both nostalgically comforting and eternally relevant. One can easily imagine sitting by a crackling fireplace, reflecting on these stories as the credits roll, and the familiar theme music swells. The episode leaves us with admiration for Ben Cartwright's wisdom, gratitude for Adam's steady reason, affection for little Joe's passionate heart, and a renewed appreciation for the gentle giant spirit of Hoss. Above all, it reaffirms that in the American West and in life itself, honor, forgiveness, and moral courage are the qualities that truly define greatness. The heart of Bonanza beats warmly in this tale, reminding every generation that even in the dust and blood of frontier life, humanity, love, and justice can prevail. It is classic television at its finest, entertaining, thought-provoking, and deeply human.